The thing is, I've been single for so long that it's almost like past the point of no return, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think I could have a boyfriend, number one, because it's damaging to the brand. Like, it just is. And number two, I don't think anyone would buy it. I think everyone would just be like, what the fuck? Are you feeling okay? Do we need to call the cops? You know, like, imagine me like, hey, walking down the street holding a man's hand. Hey, this is my boyfriend. It doesn't work.
It must be incredibly difficult to be inside this woman's head. The truth is, when a woman has been alone for so long, she no longer knows how to relate to a man. You could say these are the side effects of hitting the wall. Today we're taking a look at the biggest red flag men should never ignore. She's not worth your time. But before we get started, make sure to give this video a like and leave your thoughts in the comments. Let's get into it.
Hey, excuse me, miss. How much filler do you actually have in your lips right now?
Okay, I'll give you the 411. I have 16 syringes.
16 syringes. Can we get a close-up? Why do not one, not two, not three, but 16 syringes of filler?
Why not? What enhancement would you make about yourself? The desirable truth, and I desire.
It's not about me, it's about you.
Oh, I feel special. To be honest, I have my entire face done. It's Miami after all, right?
It is.
Yeah, I have my chin, my masseters, my forehead, my nose, my cheeks. Why not the lips? That is the inauguration to the filler addiction in general.
And how much did it cost to do 16 syringes?
$30K.
$30,000?
Yeah.
But how old are you now?
Very early 20s.
Very early. Do you feel more confident now that you got your lips done like that?
Absolutely.
By society standards, I would say I'm a big fat failure. I've just turned 29, I'm single, I have no children, currently don't have a job because I lost that last week, and I live alone. My grandma would be rolling in a grave. But I would argue, this is the definition of peace. I'm thriving. I've never worked harder on myself, looked after myself more. I've got the best village of people around me. My friends and family are incredible. But right now I've got no one stressing me out. And no, that's not an invitation for anyone to be creepy in my DMs. And living alone has taught me so much about myself. I love it. So although society might think I'm a failure, I actually think I'm thriving. I'm entering the last year of my 20s in potentially the best way that I could. So yeah, if you're in a similar position, I wouldn't worry because we're thriving, bestie. We're doing good.
Okay, if we're going to talk about the reason why men aren't approaching women, and then I get comments saying modern feminism did that, you guys did it to yourself, and there's like 1,700 likes on it, there's a problem here, okay? First of all, if you are the person that's commenting that, then I think you don't know social cues, you lack self-confidence, and you don't know how to read the room. And that's not a us problem, that's a you problem, baby. Because you're saying that because women stuck up for themselves, because men were being absolutely creepy, going too far, not taking social cues, making women uncomfortable, not knowing the time or place to do it. For us calling that out, that made you just like, oh, I'm never doing it again. Well, that's a you problem, because there are plenty of men out there that will still have no problem approaching a woman because they don't lack the self-confidence. They know how to read social cues. They know how to read the room. Yes, there are certain places where like, get the fuck away from me. If I'm squatting at the gym, seriously, wait until I go get a drink of water. You know what I mean? There are times and places and you guys don't get it. And that's where the social cues come in. So if you're the one saying modern feminism did this, babe, it's a you problem. Sorry to say, that's a you problem.
Ma'am, those lips look terrible. She literally just admitted that her entire face has been surgically altered, and she's only 20 years old. She basically spent what the average person earns in a year on lips that look awful on her face. Honestly, what man is actually attracted to something like that? But like she said, that's Miami. Women there are always looking for new ways to stand out. This is modern feminism. Women have literally driven men out of the dating market and made them stop approaching them. That's why you see so many of them hitting the wall. That's why you see them constantly angry. That's why, in places like gyms, men are going at inconvenient hours just to avoid running into certain women. They're tired of the drama and would rather stay out of trouble.
Women. We talk a lot about loser behavior in men, but not many people talk about loser behavior in women. Though I've seen a couple of girls do this, so I'm gonna add on. This is lame female behavior. 1. Dating based on astrology signs or blaming your own bad behavior on your astrology signs. I didn't think this was an actual thing until I started scrolling on TikTok for the very first time. Apparently it's very real. People think astrology is genuinely real. I get if it's fun, but if you're taking it seriously, that's weird and lame. The second one is shit-talking your boyfriend or your husband to your friends. I would never in a million years ever do this at my grown age. I think it's a lack of respect to keep that shit between you two. I mean, if you're going to your mom because you're looking for genuine advice, I think that's one thing, but I think constantly ranting about your partner to your girlfriends is not a good idea. I would not want my boyfriend doing that to me, so. 3 is being obsessed with smut books and acting like you're a literary genius when you're just reading porn. I don't think there's much else to say about that. 4, blaming all of your personal failures on men and the patriarchy and the system. And I just think it's embarrassing that there are so many women who can't take accountability for their own actions and their own failures. 5th is saying women have no rights in America when there are women in Afghanistan who are legally not allowed to speak in public. Their voices are not allowed to be heard in public. Before you get triggered, name one right we don't have that men have. Name them.
Name them.
That morning, I asked the men a question and they answered, and I've just been reading through all of the answers, and I'm very grateful for everyone that took the time out to send in their thoughts. The question I asked was, why do men no longer approach women? I am 35 and I've been single 4.5 years, and I've noticed a definite shift in the dating scene from when I was in my 20s. So I asked the question, why is it that men no longer approach women in bars, restaurants, cafes, etc.? I think I sort of already knew what the answers were going to be, but not one to assume, so I gave them the floor. And here are the top 3. I've sort of whittled down the top 3 most popular answers. Number 1 is that they are worried how they're going to be perceived, that we are going to think that they are creepy or weird. A lot of comments were saying that a compliment could now be perceived or received as harassment. I think there's a lot of factors and different scenarios as to why a compliment is different from an inappropriate comment or harassment, but that is a whole different conversation. But regardless, I hear their point is that if there's a 50-50 chance that it's going to be taken one way or the other, they're not taking that chance. So they have decided it's just better if they say nothing. Somebody commented saying, high risk, no reward.
What would you say is a secret to a happy relationship?
Stay faithful.
Stay faithful.
Yes, sir.
Why do you think so many men struggle to stay faithful to their partners in today's day?
I mean, look around. Look right behind us, actually.
It's Miami. It's the other woman.
Literally. It's crazy.
So how do you manage to do it?
We knew each other since like elementary school and just, you know.
And how old are you now, brother?
24.
So you guys have been together for how long?
A year and a half now, but we knew each other for a long time.
Do you think if y'all met each other today, she would still be yours and you would still be hers?
I think so, yeah.
What gives you the confidence?
The reason why we like each other, the reason what brought us together. It's personal, but that's the reason. I know for sure that.
This is the guy that interviewed Ava.
Oh, yeah? Oh, you interviewed her friend.
What I talked to her about.
Relationships.
So how do you feel about your man's responses?
I really don't want to answer.
You got a good man here though. So how do you make it work in today's day?
I'm not good at questions. I can't say.
Yeah, she's really not. I appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you too, bro.
I like the way that guy responded. He wasn't intimidated. He stayed confident. And confidence is one of the most attractive traits a man can have. Now, that girl actually spoke a few hard truths. Women today have gone off the rails. They want to blame everything outside themselves, the patriarchy, astrology, you name it. They're literally letting mystical beliefs dictate the decisions they make in life. That's one of the reasons men don't want to approach anymore. It's a huge red flag. There was a time when you could give a woman a compliment without any issue. The worst that could happen was she'd reject you. Today, if you're not an attractive Chad, anything that comes out of your mouth is labeled as harassment, not because you did anything wrong, but because she's not interested and feels the need to humiliate you while rejecting you.
Had been dating a guy for like 4 to 5 months and noticed that he started pulling away. And when I asked him what's up, he said, listen, I really, really like you. I have so much fun hanging out with you. I really respect you as a person, but I just don't think I'm going to be able to meet your needs. Therefore, I don't think we can date.
That man needs the opposite of therapy, okay? He needs to give therapy because that was a very emotionally intelligent way to handle a situation where I bet you anything, there was something that recently happened that made him realize that you were not wifey material. But instead of pointing that out, because why would he? He already knows that you wouldn't take that well, and then he would end up being the bad guy, you know, because he was saying mean things. Instead, he reframed it. He made it about your needs versus what he could provide. And it's not that he was lying, like he literally just saw whatever it was that you did or that you said that wasn't wifey material, he realized was a need of yours and that he could not meet those needs. Unfortunately for you, that was a deal breaker and he made a king move.
Fuck up, you crazy bitch whore!
I need advice. Where are people meeting other people in real life? Because I don't understand how you were making genuine connections with people. I recently deleted dating apps because they're so depressing. I can't do it anymore. Like I need a break. I can't handle them. But like, how am I supposed to meet people in real life? I am very much a homebody. Sorry, I am, but like, I'm willing to go out. I don't want to go to like clubs and stuff like that. Where am I supposed to go to meet people? Please help me.
Okay, if we're going to talk about the reason why men are approaching women, and then I get comments saying modern feminism did that, you guys did it to yourself, and there's like 1,700 likes on it, there's a problem here, okay? First of all, if you are the person that's commenting that, then I think you don't know social cues, you lack self-confidence, and you don't know how to read the room. And that's not a us problem, that's a you problem, baby. Because you're saying that because women stuck up for themselves, because men were being absolutely creepy, going too far, not taking social cues, making women uncomfortable, not knowing the time or place to do it. For us calling that out, that made you just like, oh, I'm never doing it again. Well, that's a you problem, because there are plenty of men out there that will still have no problem approaching a woman because they don't lack the self-confidence. They know how to read social cues. They know how to read the room. Yes, there are certain places where you're like, get the fuck away from me. If I'm squatting at the gym, seriously, wait until I go get a drink of water. You know what I mean? There are times and places and you guys don't get it. And that's where the social cues come in. So if you're the one saying modern feminism did this, babe, it's a you problem. Sorry to say, that's a you problem.
You make a video asking men why they are no longer approaching and thousands of men answer you. Then you make this video arguing their response. You're trying to tell men that their reason for not approaching women is not good enough. It's wrong, and not only that, but they are solely responsible for it. Because apparently it's never a woman that's just being inconsistent in what she says she wants versus what she doesn't want. Or maybe there's just differences between one woman and another, and you can't just categorize all of them as not wanting to be approached at the gym. Because I have literally posted many women saying that they do want to be approached at the gym. And it also could never be that men witness other men that do not understand social cues, but they're attractive, get all the women. But then the man that is very social and is very good at reading cues and has the timing perfect, but he's short, maybe not as attractive in the face, he doesn't get a chance with any of y'all. He is still somehow demonized for approaching. The reality, whether you like it or not, is that most men do know the truth of the situation. And they have to individually come to the conclusion whether or not approaching is worth it or not worth it. What I can tell you is that you, as a woman, cannot control that. You don't get to make that decision for him. And you definitely don't get to shame him into trying to make him believe that he is subpar to a typical man.
That guy knows how to spot red flags. After going out with you, he realized it wasn't going anywhere, and he was smart enough to turn you down politely. Because if he had handled it any differently, your next video probably would have been you complaining about him or accusing him of something. He dodged a bullet. Like I've said before, many women have an idealized view of what men are supposed to do, but they never stop to ask why we don't do those things anymore. Have you seen how some women reject men they don't find attractive, or men who approach them while they're busy? They don't think about that. Instead, they blame you for not making the first move, because in their minds, that's still a man's job. Those days are over. We're living in an era of equality. Now it's your turn to make the first move. The blonde would be wise to listen to that advice and go after the man she wants, because otherwise she's going to end up hitting the wall. Unfortunately, the wall doesn't forgive. We've reached the end of the video, but before you go, here are a couple of questions for you. Do you think a 35-year-old single woman still has real options in the dating market, or has she already hit the wall? If a woman spent $30,000 on cosmetic surgeries at just 20 years old, would you see her as serious relationship material or only as something casual? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Your support means a lot to us and motivates us to keep creating more content. Stay tuned for the next video from the wall.